Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am here to play Super Monkey Ball Banana Splits. This game is something I've never gotten into. I heard the originals on GameCube were pretty damn good. So I decided to pick this one up. One to actually review it for this video, and another because I was a little bit curious, and more games on Vita the better. So let's just go and have a look at what's considered the main mode. You have these four characters here. I don't think they have any difference between them, so I always choose the big guy. And the controls, left stick, your choices are left stick and motion sensor. Now, motion sensor on this sort of game, I never got what the point was. Because turning it would just obscure your view of the screen for no good reason, and you would probably lose a lot more than you would with using the left stick. But, of course, with the motion sensor, you have to do every single stage in the first 3 difficulties with it, so, so anyway, you can practice stages anytime you want, or you can save replays later on, and you can even make random courses. I don't really see the point of that, though, because they're usually really freaking easy. So I'm going to go to practice, because it's going to be easy to show off. Actually, no, I shouldn't. I'll go and play the beginner stages first, just to show you how the main game works. So if we just go back here to beginner. Yep. Okay, the first opinions. This game is extremely colourful, and the graphics are great for a mobile title. The basic idea is you got to get all the way through to the goal, which was the clock that I just ran into. Collecting those bananas along the way gives you more points, and if you collect enough you get an extra life. Fall off the stage too many times and you will lose lives, and eventually you'll need to continue and all that, And you get a 60-second time limit on every stage, so you can't dawdle. But yeah, my first opinions is that the game is extremely colourful, very bright, and you can barely see, any jaggies at all. There's no jagged lines or edges or anything like that. It's pretty damn brilliant. Textures aren't the best quality, but, they do pretty well when you're rolling around in a ball like this. Yeah, basically every let's say difficulty has 1 or more worlds. This is beginner difficulty. It only has 10 stages. And it has 10 stages in 1 world. Then on normal you have 3 worlds, on advanced you have 5, and I'm pretty sure on the final difficulty you have at least 1. My opinions on this so far are, it's an alright game, but $29.99. That's the problem with it. I don't really think it's worth $29.99. It's got plenty of content, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, there's a couple of problems with it in my opinion. Problem number 1 is the control. Well, with motion sensors it's pretty much impossible. I have nothing more to say about that. Sometimes you come across these bonus stages, which lets you get heaps of bananas and 1-ups for levels that are further ahead. My number 1 problem is with the controls. The ball controls really weirdly. It skids all over the place. And turning does nothing at all. Well, actually, no, I'm wrong about that. I'm sorry. It doesn't do much for the first couple of seconds, and then it just swings out. It's really, really strange. It is still pretty enjoyable though. You could get used to it, but the gameplay isn't that. It's not that. Well, I'm not gonna say it's not that good because it's all right. I mean, the controls could definitely be a bit better, but I mean, yeah, it's all right for short bursts of play. You get it? It is actually kind of enjoyable at times. one problem is with the replayability, though. I'm guessing there's only about 100 stages in this game, which isn't the best amount, especially when you get... especially when you have to, like, replay the same stages anywhere up to 3 times, or possibly even more, just to get all the trophies, which is a bit silly in my opinion. I know it's a bit of a score attack game, but it just starts to feel really repetitive, especially on the harder stages where you fall off a lot, and it's like, yeah, it's like that. I know that was pretty stupid of me, but yeah. Anyway, let's just keep going. I'm surprised how good this game looks, though. It's really nice. Like, and it doesn't slow down or anything. You know, it keeps a full... I can't tell if this is 30 or 60 frames, but it does keep the full frame rate, whatever it's going for, pretty much all the time. So, it is really quite fascinating how good this game can... how good this game's graphics are. But anyway, that's enough of that. Just after you get to the end of the 10 stages in easy, it gives you a trophy and just chucks you off the game. But in normal and advanced, there's 3 worlds in normal and 5 worlds in advanced. You can't save in between these worlds. You have to do them all the way through. So if you get bored halfway through, either you quit out and lose all your progress, or you stick it in for the long haul, which really... yeah, just it's not that fun for that long a burst, especially on advanced, where you can be retrying again and again just to get to the end. Especially when you want to unlock practice, because if you get every banana in a stage, it unlocks a trophy. And also finishing every level with motion controls, and just, god, it's just painful how much this game will make you replay it. But anyway, that's about half the game. There is a little bit more to it. Party. You get a few more characters in this one, which kind of surprises me. Like, you only get 4 in the main game, but when you go to party mode, you get all the bloody hell you like. So anyway, you've got all these different modes here. Now these are all mostly played with AI. So let's... Now there's a couple that I'm going to skip because, like, oh my god, some of these games are really good. Some of these games are pretty damn entertaining. And the rest feel like something that they would have put up for $3 as an AR game on the PS Store. Like, if I just go through these... Like, Number Ball, you just tap the numbers and... oh, I didn't mean to pick that. Yeah, and the entire menu is controlled through touch. You can't use buttons. It's kind of imprecise, and I don't really like it. Monkey Bingo is pretty entertaining. And so is Monkey Target. And Love Maze is alright for what it is. But then you get games like Pixie Hunt, which is basically just a AR game. Barrel Billiards is pretty damn cool, if you ask me. Like, yeah, and then Number Ball, you're just tapping random numbers. Alright, so let's just pick something and play it. Like, I'll just go through Monkey Bowling then. Yeah, Monkey Bowling is actually pretty fun. Yeah, see what the problem with the menu is? Like, it doesn't really like how much you touch it. Yeah, normal bowling mode, which is, yeah, basically just regular lanes. Then you get pin-strewn lanes, where pins are all over the place. The Mega Pin Challenge is a bastard. I won't even go into that. So let's just play a couple of irregular lanes. Some of these games actually require you to turn your Vita upwards like this. It's alright, sure. Like, they control fine. Even if they do. Yeah, see, this is a regular lane, and that dinosaur is everywhere. You tilt the Vita to the left and right to control where the ball goes. For example, I just completely failed. Also, you get spit out of the mouth of a dinosaur. I'm not even going to comment. So let's just tilt this in nice and slowly, and yeah. 6 pins. Lane 2. Tilt this to the right a little, and split. Bugger me. The one problem I'm having with this mode, and some of the other modes as well, is that I feel like I'm just playing a standalone iPhone game more than something I'd like to see on the PlayStation Vita. Okay, my apologies for the jump cut. Anyway, yeah, I'll just play this last frame. Yeah, they basically just get a bit more ridiculous after this. But, yeah. Yeah, as you can see, this is actually a jump that you have to do. And I just split it. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, this is, some of these games can be really fun. Like, if I go and find... Okay, well, Monkey Bingo, you're just rolling your ball around, and there's like a grid of things, and you drop your ball in to make lines. Whenever you're going against, whenever you're playing like a competitive game, you're always playing against the AI. It's an alright AI, you know, it does its job. Monkey Target, that one's really popular, although I can't really figure out why. I'll just play a game of it real quick. Every one of these party games tends to have a few different modes to it. I can understand why that would encourage replayability. It's pretty cool, admittedly. And, you know, you open up like this, and you got to go through these rings. I'm pretty sure they add like speed or something. Then you just got to land in this target right here, and you bounce as well, and you skid like this. I'm not sure what the idea is of this. Like, do I have to, like... Oh, I get it. Yeah. Okay, go me for being a little bit stupid. But I'm sure you get the idea. It's basically one of those games where you have to land right in those right in the center of those things and all that. I'll just quickly go over all the other games that, you know, aren't absolute shithouse. Love Maze. You use the 2 analog sticks to control 2 different monkey balls, and you have to keep them as close together as possible to get them both to the goal at the same time. It's an interesting game, but, you know, it's basically just 2 monkey balls. Pixie Hunt, use the rear camera to do shit. Yeah, not even interested in that. Battle Billiards. You play against 3 AI, and they each get their own, like, 3 balls, and you gotta knock other balls. You can, like, you launch balls, and you gotta knock the other enemy's balls into, like, holes to get points. It's pretty interesting. Number Ball, don't even give a crap. Monkey Rodeo, this one's weird. You use the rear touchpad, like the arena is filled with bananas, and there's 4 players on every corner. Use the rear touchpad to propel your guy along to, collect bananas, and then you charge into other guys to get your bananas back. But, it's weird because you use the rear touchpad, but it's always the reverse of where you're going. I will admit, this makes sense to some people, because, like, you tap in the bottom right corner, and since you're flying to the top left, like that, like, where you tap is the direction that your, the force comes that propels you. But I just think it's weird, and all I want is basically, you know, where I tap on the pad is where I want to go. And that just brings us back around to monkey bowling. Now, yeah, that's a basic explanation, but, yeah. It's alright, I will admit. Some of the games are pretty fun to play, and I can imagine picking them up every now and again, but, yeah, the one problem is that this game is, like, $30. I really can't find the justification for $30 here. Like, if this was a $20 downloadable title, sure. No problems there. Oh, and by the way, there is online multiplayer, but it's absolutely dead. Sorry! I waited there for about 20 minutes for a multiplayer game, and nothing came of it. So, yeah. It's a bit of a shame, really, because, you know, if you want to pick this game up, either have friends online or, you know, in actual life who actually have this game, because this game does support ad hoc and normal, like, single-screen multiplayer, which is pretty nice. But yeah, it's my final opinions on Super Monkey Ball Banana Splits. It's an alright game, but it feels like it's lacking a little bit in content, especially with the 100 stages. You'll probably need to repeat like 3 times. And the party games, some aren't that interesting, some are pretty fun, but you know, it's always playing against the AI unless you have a friend who owns the game. It's alright, I'll give it that, but you know, lower price would be perfect for it. This has been BlueMaxima, see you all